All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 814. I'm your host, GBD, here on Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who would also be more successful as a live service game, Wombat.
That's a fact. Although if you ask the right people, I may be a live service game.
What does that mean? You have an OnlyFans channel?
Yeah, exactly.
That you're servicing people on?
I'm full of microtransactions.
You are?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like the new Wombat skin.
Oh, you like my sweater?
No, I just mean the whole Wombat skin. Like the new lightweight Wombat skin.
I appreciate it. You know, I call it my sexy t-shirt underneath the sweater. I was going to wear it for the show, but I think I need to I'll save it. It's really should be just saved for the bedroom.
What makes it a sexy t-shirt?
It's like this really low cut V-neck t-shirt. It's super comfortable. But it's a really low cut V-neck.
It's uncomfortable for people around you. So.
Yeah, like I can't wear it just the t-shirt out of the house, but underneath the sweater, it's like a very soft material shirt.
I'm getting too turned on. We better change the subject.
I thought about taking the sweater off before the show started, but
maybe if you get hot.
If I get hot later, I'll take my sweater off. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the chat reacts to that prospect. I don't want the show to get banned.
Ship, what are your sexy clothes like?
My sexy clothes?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Definitely a little bit higher collared t-shirts. I think that's where I go with.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah, just like this.
A regular t-shirt.
Just regular t-shirt. V-neck t-shirts are like, I have a couple and they're weird because I'm like, I wear a t-shirt to like not show stuff like underneath a normal shirt, like a button-up shirt, right? But then with the V-neck comes in, it's like, oh well, this is down to the area where my button is on my like collared shirt. So
the V-neck has no purpose really, except under like a polo shirt, like a shirt that buttons like only like one down, like a polo shirt. That way you could wear it multiple times. You have the V-neck undershirt underneath that. You don't need to wash the polo shirt as often.
It also works with a button-up shirt if you're wearing a tie.
I just generally wash my clothes after I've worn them.
No, but why would you wear... Yeah, but if you're wearing a shirt, two shirts, like the outside shirt's not going to be as dirty as the inside shirt. I
still wash both shirts.
Right away?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
I'm hanging that back up in my closet? Is that...
Yeah, I mean, you had a barrier underneath it. You had another shirt. I mean, if you got sweaty or something, but like if you're just like having dinner, you could rock that shirt like 5 or 6 more times until you spill something on it.
I'm just gonna wash it.
It depends on how long I wore the shirt for. Like there are times where I'll put a shirt on and it'll only be for like 2 hours, and then I'm like, okay, I can wear that shirt again.
But that's the whole point of the undershirt, don't you think? Like, what's all the
No. There's multiple points of the undershirt.
Well, keep you warm.
Sometimes the undershirt is a more comfortable fabric than the shirt you're wearing over.
Right.
It creates a barrier for if you have any like armpit sweat. There's a barrier there, so you're not just going straight to your.
Yeah, that's the primary.
You're outside.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Isn't that what I just said?
You can do some fashion. Like
you guys aren't
coordinate your undershirt.
You can't coordinate your undershirt with like a dress shirt on top of it.
Sure
Only
you can.
Like a hoodie or something.
That's why it shows up underneath the
doesn't
button.
Look good though. That never looks good. That's why you need the V-neck shirt. That's where the V-neck comes in.
This took a turn.
I don't even own any undershirts anymore. I'm off the undershirt game.
That's okay.
I just wear t-shirts.
I'm wearing a sweater, so I put a shirt on underneath the sweater.
Yes, but not.
Is this sweater? Does it have a hood on it? What's going on?
Yeah,
it kind of has
hood up.
It's a sweater with a hoodie. I can't put a white hood on camera.
Do it. Let's do it. Let's see it.
It's that one. It's that one. I see.
No, you look like a Jedi.
I do look like a Jedi.
Yeah.
You look like yeah, it's pretty good. Tell me about the Force, Wombat. Sell me on the Force.
Okay, well, it's something that you're born with, and it's in your blood.
Oh.
And if you don't have enough Force in your blood, then you can't be a Jedi.
Oh,
sorry.
So I'm fucked. Yeah.
Sorry, that's how it works.
Fuck that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got this Target on Sunday on clearance.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats.
Thank you. That's my claim to fame.
I just got a Target Circle card. Finally, I'm enjoying 5% off now.
Finally, wow.
Wow. It took me a long time.
That is way too long. Because
I know. I lost so much money.
Why. Yeah. Seriously. Do you know how much money I save a year on that stupid 5%?
A lot.
Thousands.
I'm sure they tell you at the end of the year.
They tell you every time.
They tell me every time you leave the store, you save $9. I'm like,
and it has little things up there that say like okay or cancel. And I'm like, I don't know which one of these buttons I'm supposed to hit.
Cancel your card.
Right.
It's too much savings. All right, I'll give you a choice. Do you want to hear my smart vacuum review or my review of HelloFresh rival Dinnerly?
I don't know.
Or both. You can have both if you want.
I don't know who wins.
Which one are you could you be least interested in either of those is the real question.
I mean, I have no interest personally. I mean, maybe people do care about robot vacuums.
You can't use one. You got too much shit on your floor.
I have way too much shit on and dogs.
You need a robot, not a robot vacuum.
I need Rosie the robot from the Jetsons.
Right.
What's the problem with the dogs?
The big dog would not be a problem. The big dog would lay on the couch and be like, what is that thing? And just stay there. The little dog would like just get noisy and be annoying about it.
My cats just kind of like look at it. Yeah. And that's about it. Like they step out of the way when it comes there. The vacuum comes there.
Well, the big dog is essentially a cat. So that checks.
Right. Well, I got the Eufy L60, which is like the $200 one. I wasn't going to spend more than $200. I got it at Amazon. This is the one that it has like a laser something radar. It's not radar. I got yelled at by fucking my neighbor came over, my Randy, my neighbor, who's the drone pilot and everything.
Randy Marsh.
I was talking to him and he was in my entranceway of my house and I had the box for the robot vacuum. I was like, this vacuum's so cool, like $200 and it has fucking radar. It scans your whole house, not your whole house, it scans like makes a floor plan of your house and everything. He looks at the box, he goes, this doesn't have radar. I'm like, yeah, it does. Look, I got the whole floor plan in my app. He goes, no, this is laser guidance. I was like, shut up, you nerd. It's fucking radar. I guess there's a difference. You probably think there's a difference too, Ship, because you're a big nerd. Anyway, it's for all intents and purposes, it's fucking radar because it scans your house and then like it even knows enough to go around like the legs of the chair and stuff.
Did I tell you when enemy submarines are in the area?
It will not do that, but it does talk. It
does not have sonar.
It bumps into things. What kind of radar is that? It has that. There's a name for that, actually.
Does it have echolocation?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It doesn't have that. It has laser.
It sounds like you might have an echolocation vacuum cleaner.
No, laser. It says laser on the box.
You have Daredevil, the vacuum cleaner.
No. Anyway,
the protector of Hell's Kitchen and cleaner of floors.
So far you've signed up for a red card and you've got a robot vacuum that most people have had for
right. Well, I used to have one. I bought one when they first came out.
I was gonna say I thought you had one
back in the day, and I threw in
a Roomba.
No, I had not a Roomba. I had a Nido. Are they still in business? Nido?
I have no idea.
Anyway, this company's still in business, Eufy, and their shit is much cheaper. Their shit is cheap and it seems to work and it's not that loud. And I guess the best feature for us is that it can go underneath our bed by itself and get all the places where it's like really difficult for me to get. And all you have to do is just push the room on the app, push the bedroom, and it goes to the bedroom.
Can it climb stairs?
No. But it won't go down the stairs or it won't fall down the stairs. It's got that sensor too. So $200 if you want a smart vacuum that works. The L60 seems pretty good. And I think they make a version that like has a docking station, or you can buy the docking station separately and then it'll like empty it too. But I'm not doing that shit.
I have one of those for
right. You got more space. You got more work that needs to be done in that house. Our house that's not that much.
Speaking of crazy dogs.
Woof. Anyway, so I like that.
Nido does still exist.
It does. They were like sort of leading the way. I mean, they weren't leading the way sales wise, but like technology wise, theirs was supposed to be pretty good. But I don't know. This one seems pretty good. It's got an app. That's all you need. You can watch it go on the app. It draws lines while it's cleaning. It's pretty exciting. All right. Want to hear about Dinnerly or no? I canceled HelloFresh after 350 boxes or something like that. Some insane amount of boxes.
What was the impetus? Why Dinnerly? Tell me why it's better.
Well, Mrs. Cheapy spearheaded this project. She was basically like sick of HelloFresh, which I don't blame her. It was like fucking 10 years of HelloFresh or something.
I've had enough scallions. Is that the issue?
It was.
She's like, how many scallions can one person
No,
eat?
she loves scallions, actually. It was more just like the flavors are the same, after 300 and whatever boxes. So she actually ordered we tried a bunch of different ones. By the way, this is not an ad. Like, we pay for this. Like, there's no one contacting me about anything. We don't get paid by anybody. No, there's nothing. It's just like, we're just hungry. We just have to eat dinner, and it's expensive to go out. So we tried some different ones, and the ones we tried before, I don't even remember the name, but they were mostly like, you're just heating shit up. You're not doing like the prep like HelloFresh. Dinnerly is basically exactly like HelloFresh, but it's like more budget in like the presentation. So like, it doesn't have step-by-step pictures on the recipe card. And when you open like the box of all the food, like everything's just sort of mixed together. You have to separate the stuff yourself. But other than that, like the quality of the food is as good or better than HelloFresh. And it's just got more variety or different shit to choose from that you haven't been looking at for the last 5 years. So in that regard, it's good. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper than HelloFresh. So
HelloFresh is expensive. Although I complained to them yesterday. So next week's box is going to be free.
You complained that it was expensive?
No, I complained. My last 2 shipments were messed up. So the first time I let it slide. Like, okay, everyone makes mistakes, but they switched to a new courier service.
Right.
And it was the first time with that one, it was all messed up. And then when it got messed up a second time, I reached out and I'm like, look, I don't know who this new courier service you got going is, but switch it. You either need to switch it or do something. And they're like, we could switch you to a different delivery service.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, thanks. She goes, yeah, we're really sorry about that. And we'll give you a free box. I'm like, I feel like a lot of people had to complain about this new courier
No, they're good. I will say this, like HelloFresh, you complain about anything and their answer is generally like, maybe not a free box, but like if they forget like the spice pack, they'll give you like $20 off. And it's like, the spice pack is like fucking worthless.
Which is fine. And I wasn't expecting it. Honestly, all I wanted was them to change the delivery service. Sure. That was it. I'm like, I don't want these people shipping my food anymore because they're
stealing my scallions.
They're stealing all my scallions and
they're replacing my carrots with teeny weeny carrots.
It's one or the other. It's either carrots the size of your pinky or carrots the size of your arm. There is no in between.
Right.
I hope everyone likes my 5 minutes on HelloFresh.
No. The other major difference between Dinnerly and HelloFresh is that I guess they do this to save money. I mean, obviously they do this to save money. They don't include things like garlic. They expect you to have your own garlic. They expect you to have your own like vinegar. Some things like that. Not too many. I can't really think of anything else besides garlic and vinegar that like HelloFresh would normally include. But things like that. Anyway, check it out if you want or don't. I don't care.
Or don't.
But we're liking it. Mrs. Cheapy. And the best part is that now Mrs. Cheapy is choosing all the meals because she signed up for it.
Oh,
and so that app is on her phone now.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm cooking everything as usual, but just like that took a load off. That wasn't much of a load. It is a load though, because if you forget to choose, then they send you like whatever.
Trust me, I know. And now we do it because we do 3 of us eat the meals together. We still order for 2, but Elliot will eat anything now. He's older. It's like whatever we get, he's gonna eat. So yeah. So I have to sit with him and go over what the meals are.
That's good.
My wife doesn't
you need
care.
some input.
Yeah. So it's me and him. We figure it out together.
Right. All right.
Tonight was shrimp and spaghetti, and that was good.
There's the big reviews. I say thumbs up for the Eufy L60 and thumbs up for Dinnerly.
Did anyone ask how Ship is doing this week? Ship, how you doing
I'm doing fine.
I asked him before the show.
Yeah. I've been listening to this conversation.
I just want to make sure you feel included.
I ate HelloFresh for dinner. Yeah.
Nice. What'd you have?
Black bean quesadillas.
Oh, the black bean tacos or black bean quesadillas?
Quesadillas.
The black bean quesadillas.
He got so excited he couldn't hit the.
Because the black bean tacos are really good. I like those.
Okay.
Is it as good as that PlayStation 5 on a cart that you have back there? That looks like you could be pulled right into the dentist's office. It looks right at home at the medical facility or in Shipwreck's living room.
You want me to pull it on over?
Yeah, you should. Please. Could you roll that on over? What are you drinking there too?
I'm drinking a granola brown ale.
Sounds thick.
From Black Hog Brewing.
That sounds thick also.
It's light bodied.
I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you gonna roll it over or is it plugged into something?
I can.
I want to see it. Could you do it? I mean, I don't know. It's too
man,
much.
now I feel like I should have that like a smart cart to where I could just like
put it on a robot vacuum.
Come on over here.
Could you? Is that a thing that exists?
Yeah, I can. Smart cart. I'm sure somebody has.
Yeah. Go do it. Go do it. And I can talk to Wombat while you take your headphones off. We'll talk about you.
Fantastic.
What do you want to talk about?
I mean, we're just setting up ship now because people always like looking for the thing that he spent too much money on.
People in the Discord have been making fun of this thing for a while now.
Oh wait, there's two parts.
Yes,
there's two of them. I didn't know. He pulled one out. He pulled one out that's not on screen. So I was very surprised to see there was another one.
I mean, that's kind of the joke. I think. I mean, give him credit. That was pretty funny.
By the way, don't make fun of Shipwreck or give Shipwreck a hard time when he rolls out a PlayStation 5 on a wagon or like, whatever the gadget of the day is. Like, just, come on, guys, let's be realistic here. He's very nice about everything and he's not.
Oh, he's back.
All right. I was just
back.
Shipwreck. I was just telling people not to be upset about your fancy gadgets and things and not give you a hard time about it.
That's borderline fancy. Fancy in quotes.
I mean, PlayStation 5 by itself, I consider fancy.
Yes. I mean, that's
I grabbed the closer cart because I wasn't sure
there was two carts. So what's going on with these?
The furthest cart, I didn't know if the extension cable was going to get here.
Can play Fortnite.
Right, but they do it right there in that room there? Or
we all play in the same room.
That's nice. If you ever want to play head-to-head, I guess you can't really. I guess you could actually online.
You could do it. There are some creative
lobbies.
maps. Yeah, there are creative maps where you could play head.
Because I was thinking you have two people in one room, and then you could fight the other two people, and you could strategize.
It's a good setup. It was
yeah. I got it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So I don't know.
For the Super Bowl, I'll be taking the TV that's in my guest room, and I'll be carrying it upstairs and putting it on the kitchen counter.
I've also used it for that too, for multi-screen sports watching.
That sounds well.
Why are you watching the Super Bowl in your kitchen?
Because we don't care, and it's on at dinner time. The best part of the Super Bowl is eating the chicken wings, as far as I'm concerned, and so I'm going to just do that in the kitchen.
Okay. I mean, you could eat chicken wings on the couch. No,
it's not going to be good. And I don't care about the football game either.
That's different.
Right. Go Birds. No, just kidding.
Sure, why not?
I don't even know how you can go to a football game anymore. It seems so dangerous. I guess it's not dangerous if you're not wearing the alternate team's jersey, but it seems like you're just going to be surrounded by really drunk people the whole time, and you have to be careful. Otherwise, somebody may be drunk all up in your area.
I don't know. Everywhere's dangerous now.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Not here.
Everywhere's dangerous.
Not in here. Okay. Oh shit!
Ah.
All right, let's move on to Watch This Jerks. There's a lot of shit on this.
I see that.
Been busy during the off season. All right, here we go. These are all shows that you guys, I don't know. These are great shows, by the way. Well, this first one's called The Hotspot. And there's only one episode. I think the second episode just came out. This is a Japanese show. Do you know the show, Wombat? Resident Alien? That was the one with Alan Tudyk?
Alan Tudyk, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as I can tell, that's what they're trying to do with this show. It's the Japanese show. It takes place in some shitty hotel. Not a shitty hotel, but like a mediocre hotel near Mount Fuji. It's like a single mom. Just everybody's just regular. And you find out in the first episode that one of the guys that works at the hotel, this middle-aged guy that just looks like a schlub, is an alien and has superpowers, has alien superpowers. But everything about it is schlubby. So like he has super speed and strength and stuff, but then he gets like a headache afterwards for like or a fever or something. Or like he can do this, but then like he gets a nosebleed or something. So it's like it's a comedy, obviously. And I don't know, it's cute so far. So far I would say keep an eye out for the hot spot. The other show we started watching is called Common Side Effects that just came out also. That's on HBO Max. Hotspot's on Netflix.
That's the Mike Judge cartoon, right?
Oh, is it Mike Judge? Okay, that checks out. That's an animated adult series about a guy discovering a mushroom that can basically cure any disease or illness or physical injury or anything. And so like the pharmaceutical companies are out to get him. And that's the short of it. It seems pretty clever so far. We watched, I think, 2 episodes. Common Side Effects. Pretty good. Pretty good so far.
I'm up to date on Severance.
Are you? I want to be. Good?
It's good. I mean, there's only 3 episodes. It's not like it's not a lot. But yes, it's still as weird as ever. You still watch each episode and go, what the hell's going on here? What is, where is this all going? There's part of me that's like, if this ends and it ends poorly, this is going to go down as like the worst show of all time.
It's always possible.
It's possible, but I don't think it'll, like, I feel like there's enough there that just in the first season that I was satisfied.
I guess. I mean, I'm enjoying the journey. I will admit that is true. But there's also part of me that's like, I really hope they stick the landing here. And I hope they know where they're going with this now.
30 seasons.
And they're not making it up as they go along. Yeah.
I'm hoping they're not making it up as they go along, because it took them 3 years to put out the second season.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Shows shouldn't do that, by the way. I forget what happened.
Do you remember when the TV
do you remember
season
COVID?
was,
Remember that happened?
Remember when a TV season was 23 episodes? You remember that? 23 episodes used to be a normal season, not 8.
And the shows didn't even have anything to do with one another. The episodes didn't even have anything to do with one another.
Nope. Well, it would be, they had to do with Michael Knight going to a different town.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
This
what else are you watching?
This barmaid's in trouble. I better help him.
I better fuck her. I better fuck this chick and then help the town.
Yep. And then next week, this barmaid's in trouble.
No, it wouldn't be a barmaid the next week. It would be like this rodeo owner who happens to just owned by a beautiful young woman. They're being run out of town by the I don't know. They want to build condos there or something.
Oh, this orphan's in trouble, and his sister.
Right. Me make out with his sister, and then punch this guy in the face, and then jump over some shit in my car.
Mm-hmm.
Problem solved.
Back when TV was good.
I'm all caught up on Mythic Quest. That also came back on Apple TV after like 3 years.
I saw ads for it.
Yes,
it's good. It is I'm surprised you never got into this. How long, Bet?
No,
it's game dev drama, right? Or comedy?
It's a office place comedy that just happens to be around a gaming studio.
Okay.
I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and it just didn't hook me. I don't know. I'm weird. What do you want?
It's gotten better. Like, I think it got better after that. You need to watch about 30 episodes of this, and then I think you'll
perfect.
You can make up your mind.
It's one of those. Yeah.
No, I don't. It's good. It's a
good.
Both Mrs. Shipwreck and I both enjoy watching that. So that's what we've been watching, because I want to watch Severance, but she does not want to watch Severance.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
She doesn't like drama. We talked about this. And that Severance is nothing but like giving you anxiety the entire time. It's like, hey, here's your 45 minutes to an hour worth of anxiety that you need, right?
She's not going to Silo.
It's one of the few things my wife and I watch together that is, although everything else we watch together is light comedy, because we watch the Dropout stuff and we watch After Midnight. We watch that every day. So
nice.
That's fun. Yeah.
Have you considered watching Balin Out Loud with your wife?
No.
Well, it is a drama.
I don't watch reality TV.
It is reality TV. So last week,
that's something. That's where I draw the line.
Last time I told you that we watched the first episode, and Mrs. Chibi, I was surprised that Mrs. Chibi made it through the whole episode. I was informed later in the week that, first of all, she doesn't want me watching the show anymore because she's afraid it's going to give me Tourette's, and she gets mad if she sees me watching clips of it or repeating any of it. And she's out. She's definitely not watching it herself anymore, and she regrets watching it. So
you should watch After Midnight together instead.
She's not watching that.
No,
too late.
She wouldn't get it.
Can't stay up that late.
Too many jokes. Oh, I watch it the next day.
I'm just kidding.
During the day.
I was joking.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're not watching that show anymore. But maybe I can sneak out of the house and watch it. One series that we did finish between now and the last episode was an update on Our Family, which is on HBO as well, or Max or whatever. That is a 3-episode miniseries about a mom blogger, like a successful YouTuber, these family YouTubers that are just basically filming themselves going shopping and all this shit.
Yep.
This is one of those that got very successful, and they even though she already had a big family, they decided to adopt a special needs kid from China, and it basically
views.
What's that?
For the views, or out of the goodness of
yeah, for the views, and it didn't go well. And anyway, I don't want to spoil anything, but it was pretty interesting. 3 episodes. Update on Our Family.
I'm out.
I'm out too. Yeah.
I mean,
no, that's too depressing for me.
It wasn't depressing. It was just this is life. This is what people do, and this is
it's not what people do.
On the depressed. Well, they did it, and
they did it, but it's not like this is what
they're people.
Regular people don't do that.
I mean, they are regular people.
No.
They were regular people until they did that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
they just said, no, we're not going to be regular people.
Well, I feel like it's interesting when you see people.
This is one step away from a chimpanzee ripping off a face.
It wasn't that bad, I gotta say. It was more, compared to that, it's not as depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, whatever. It was well put together. Some questions from the peanut gallery here. Have you guys? Carl writes in. He asked if you guys ever played any of those Netflix games on your TV.
I've seen that they exist.
I know. I knew that you would all say no.
I would have no idea to even go about.
They're right there. You're scrolling by them.
But what do I? You're right. I scroll by them, but what? I'm just supposed to play them with my TV remote?
I think some of the games are designed to work that way, or I think maybe there's an app. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But the reason why I took this question was because I knew the answer would be no from all you guys. Because I would imagine that most people are just scrolling right by those. I wonder how good of a business decision that is for them. Rajago in the chat says use your phone.
No.
As a controller.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good.
Not what I'm looking for.
Yeah. You just look at your phone and play the same game.
Correct. While I'm watching Netflix. Because that's
big,
what they want me to do.
Exactly. What are they doing? They don't even know what's going on. They want you either way. They want you, if you're going to be playing the game, they want you either doing it on their service, on Netflix, on the big screen, or you're using Netflix while you play your game, some other game on your phone. They just want to be part of your phone picture somehow.
Mm-hmm.
What movies have you guys been watching?
Are you familiar with Cameron Diaz, the actress?
Yes,
Cameron
I
Diaz?
saw the trailer. Is this another horrible Netflix movie?
Yeah. Did you know that she retired from acting 15 years ago just to break that retirement to make a by the numbers action comedy with Jamie Foxx that does absolutely nothing new to anything?
So she needs money.
I don't think she needs money. I honestly don't know why. I assume I'm sure they paid her $1 bajillion to do this.
What would you think the Rotten Tomato score of Back in Action is?
I'm going to say it's a 48.
No, it is not that high.
Oh, okay.
26.
That's close a lot. It's 27. The popcorn meter, the audience score is 58%, which is fucking bad. When the audience is giving you 58 on one of these types of movies, something's gone wrong, I feel.
Yeah, because there's nothing to it. You're watching this, it's like, the action is okay. It's good enough, but it's not smart enough or dumb enough to justify its existence. Does that make sense?
It's Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, and it has Jamie. This is the movie that Jamie Foxx was working on when he had the stroke.
Like, maybe because it was so bad.
This was almost his last film. That would have been sad. That also would have been sad.
All you have to do, I guess, is just watch the little trailer that they make you watch when you turn on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And if you laugh at that, then you should watch the movie. If you go, what are they doing? Then you're probably in with the 27% Rotten Tomatoes crowd there. So you made it through the whole movie, Wombat?
I did make it through.
Do you ever watch one of these movies that's so bad that you stop watching it?
Yeah, it happens. But not this one. I watched it because I was on my couch. I was half asleep. It was.
Oh, you're on your couch.
I stand sometimes.
I was half asleep, and I had to stay up because I had to go pick up Sabrina from a party at 11.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I have to stay awake.
That's too late.
I know. And I set the curfew. I could have said earlier, but I was like generous. I don't know.
Right.
Don't have kids.
It's too late. What else we got here?
I watched Saturday Night, which is the Saturday Night Live movie that dramatizes the hour and a half before the first episode premiered.
Wow, you're really celebrating the 50th anniversary.
Didn't you watch this last week and the week before?
No, that was the 4-episode documentary about Saturday Night Live. Chip, pay attention.
Because the 50th
Chip, it's
is
the
happening,
50th anniversary of SNL.
All this shit's happening now.
You're not from New York, Chip. You don't get it.
I'm gonna watch all of it because it's what I do.
Right. They need to tour that around here for me to understand.
Exactly. They need the touring company of Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night, the movie it's good. I liked it. I give it I recommend it.
Okay.
I also am going to say to people who watch the movie, make sure you understand that this isn't quite exactly how it happened. I appreciate what they're doing. I appreciate that it's in real time and that a lot of what they're showing did happen, to an extent.
It could have happened.
It could have happened. They also do something that, because this is something my wife and I both noticed. They try to play off, because it's really about Lorne Michaels, and they try to play him off as being fairly young and inexperienced. And the actor playing Lorne Michaels in the movie, I think he's like 21 or 22 years old. So he looks like someone who's 21, 22 years old. So you're watching this going, wow, this kid really did pull this out. What a smart young guy.
Right.
When in reality, Lorne Michaels was 31 years old. When the
not
first
exactly
episode,
old though, is it?
It's not exactly old, but it's also not 21. There is a big difference between 21 and 31.
But just the guy's physical appearance, though, right? Like he's just the actor happened to be 21.
The actor,
right?
It's intentional because they want you to underestimate him based on his appearance.
You want
that he's younger than he actually was.
Well, he made the movie, didn't he? He's involved in the movie, no?
He's involved in a way. I think he authorized it, but he didn't write it. He didn't
produce it or anything.
I don't know if he produced
any car chases.
There are no car chases.
There's Chevy Chase.
There is a Chevy Chase. That is true.
So good.
Nice. That was good. That was clever. Yeah. So it.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Yeah. Lorne Michaels wasn't new to the entertainment business when he made Saturday Night Live, the first episode. And they try to play it off like he's never been on a TV.
I get it. They took a little artistic license, but you have a doctorate in Saturday Night Live. Most people wouldn't know that.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Well, I would watch that movie. It's on Amazon. Somewhere. It's on somewhere.
It's on one of them, and
gotta be on Peacock, right?
No.
Is it on Peacock? No.
No, it's not. I had an option to watch it, so it's not on.
No,
Peacock.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix, and it is worth watching. I like it.
Okay, fair enough.
I liked it. I just, saying, hey.
We watched a rare movie, Hundreds of Beavers. Do you know that movie?
I saw clips of that movie,
right?
And I'm shocked you watched it.
Yep,
it's good. I mean, it's Hundreds of Beavers. It's on Amazon Prime, whatever, and it's a black and white, abstract movie about a liquor salesman who gets forced to become a trapper. Basically, it's very video gamey. Like the aesthetic, part of the aesthetic is definitely video games. And it's definitely got a style. They made it look like, well, how would you describe that like production look, Wombat? Like 40s, 1940s aesthetic? Or I don't even know like what decade of film they're trying to emulate with Hundreds of Beavers, but black and white and old. But it's great. It's entertaining and it's funny and it's you could watch it with your kids, Chip. There's violence, but it's all in black and white. And like, you know, when the guts come out, it's just like stuffed. It's like plushies, you know, or like popcorn instead of blood. It's good. I recommend
We watched all the Lord of the Ring movies. That's what we watched.
This Hundreds of Beavers is less intense than that.
Less intense than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Meats on the menu.
Yeah. Back on the menu.
Back on the menu.
Back on the menu, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting ready to we're going to Universal Studios. So we're catching up on all those movies right now.
There's Lord of the Rings at Universal Studios?
You know what?
No, I wish there were, but now that we got through the Lord of the Rings, we're catching up on the Universal Studios movies.
You know what?
So
Dash might like the Lord of the Rings video game. I'm sure you have it.
I do. I feel like that's too violent for him to actually be controlling that action rather than just seeing it on screen.
I guess. I mean, you're killing orcs. They don't really have blood, do they?
Those games were pretty violent.
Yeah, so is everything. So is life.
I think I'm gonna wait on that. I like your recommendation.
You're born in blood, you die in blood. Play the Lord of the Rings game.
I'm gonna pass on it.
Jimmy's giving me a look.
How about the old Lord of the Rings game, like the EA ones? Those were good.
The old one, yeah,
that was good too. Yeah,
they should remaster those. Put those out.
Yeah. So we watched Men in Black. First Men in Black.
Okay,
nice.
They have a ride or something.
There's a ride, and now every time
Galaxy
we
Defenders?
come to Long Island Railroad, and I go, "Hey, look, it's the towers from Men in Black," and they don't know what it is. Now they know what it is.
They're renovating those, I think, or they did, or I don't know.
Now I can go, "Hey, look, it's where they did The Wiz and Men in Black."
They did The Wiz.
They have references.
Oh.
Yeah, The Wiz.
The Wiz. Ease on down the road.
Ease on down the road.
That's where it takes place in Queens.
Yeah, the entire movie takes place in Queens.
I don't know. I haven't seen that in a while. I don't know. I'm surprised that you're so familiar with The Wiz, Chip.
Nobody beats The Wiz.
Well, that Wiz I'm very familiar with.
I know you are.
Right.
Extremely.
Why wouldn't I be familiar with The Wiz?
I don't know. Just like you're not from like an urban area. You're a white old guy.
You didn't watch The Wiz a bunch?
No, not really. They had the real one on all the time.
The Wiz is so much better than the real one, though.
Maybe. I just racist.
Going to hard disagree with you on that one.
It seemed kind of budget. Like watching it on my TV, I remember just thinking like,
those puppet guys come out. You didn't like getting scared by those puppet guys?
It just didn't capture my imagination.
Chase you around like the subway.
I didn't get it. I guess I'm just
That's fair.
I found it more like clearly the original Wizard of Oz is a better movie, but I can only watch that like so many times because I don't know. It's not.
It's too ungodly.
It's too just. I don't know. It's just like so saccharine and just like straightforward the entire time. Where The Wiz, you're like, wow, they're trying for some stuff here.
They're like, going for it.
They're going for it. Like Michael Jackson, he did not know how big he was going to be, did he?
I knew he was in it. All right. Ali writes in and asks, what do you guys think about the Fantastic Four trailer? Did you watch it? Thumbs up. Wombat's giving thumbs up.
I watched it.
Shipwreck is blinking.
See what they do with it. I mean, the Thing looks like the Thing. And
I have a question about the Thing.
Yes.
His head looks weird.
That's what his head's supposed to look like.
It looks like a mushroom penis.
Yeah, that's like, here, wait.
It's supposed to look like that?
It's supposed to look like a mushroom tip.
It is, because that's what it looks like. All right, let's see. Wombat is pulling out a boxed toy. Yeah, it looks like an eggcorn or something on his head. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's the design of the Thing's head.
I don't like the Thing. I like the old Thing.
This is the old Thing.
No, I like the old Thing.
This is the
I mean from like the movie, the last movie,
the last
bad Fantastic Four movie.
Right, not this.
Bad Fantastic.
Fantastic Four movie.
Now, why didn't they show Stretch Armstrong?
They showed Mr. Fantastic.
He wasn't stretching though.
Never stretched. They haven't done that yet. They're gonna work on that.
They haven't figured out how to show that yet. You're saying they haven't figured?
I'm saying they haven't. They'll do it in the movie.
Yeah, it'll be a big moment in the movie.
It'll be a thing in the movie
where he goes, "Oh, I'm stretchy."
Yeah.
Stretch Armstrong.
Right.
Mr. Fantastic.
But why can't they show that though? Don't people want it because they're gonna show that in the next trailer or something?
Probably.
They should everybody else.
Why is this like a time period piece? Like I feel like it's trying to make me nostalgic about something, but it didn't work.
Mid-century modern furniture.
Right. That's exactly
what it is.
It's like
this movie is sponsored by Design Within Reach. I don't know if you know that. They put up $80 million for this film. No, that's not true. Yeah. I like that. I appreciate that.
We've got Galactus already.
Yep. Yeah. I saw his head.
Yep.
I recognize his hat. Yeah. Unlike the Thing's hat.
Big fun hat. The Thing doesn't wear it. Well, the Thing does wear a hat. He wears a fedora.
This is MCU, right?
Yes.
But in the 1950s?
We don't know. I don't know. I think something I will have to watch the movie and figure out where is this. Maybe
I hope you figure it out. I hope you do.
I could not be Earth 616. Maybe it's
it couldn't be. Earth. Oh, we've got multiverse.
Oh no.
Yeah, remember it's a multiverse thing.
It's when's that coming out? I forgot to look.
Summertime.
Okay, good. Dizzy Death in the chat is talking about the poster being created by AI. I thought they debunked that.
Did they debunk that?
I thought I read that was debunked, but I'm
hope
not sure.
You're right, and they're just bad posters.
Yeah,
but they look like AI to me.
I don't know. I feel like they know not to do that, and they
did it. They've done AI before. Just AI
once, right?
They did that Secret Invasion show intro in AI, and it was terrible.
But I feel like after that, they're not doing it again.
I don't know.
All right.
I went to a Salvador Dali exhibit here recently.
Oh, he loved AI.
They had, it was during, like, you could create your own like Salvador Dali inspired like things by like picking on like, I want a cat coming out of like a clam, and then like the AI program would like make it for you, put it up on the screen. I'm like, this feels icky. Like,
you think the artist wouldn't have liked that in his exhibit if he was curating it? You think he would just be like throwing the computer out the window at the exhibit if he showed up?
Right. Like, it just felt really like out of place of like.
Right. How about a fucking can of paintbrushes and paint and some fucking canvas and go make your own painting? How about that? It's messier.
Sounds like work.
I can get messier. Like, there's exhibits like where you like mess around with computers and make your own like abstract art, and you like fool around with the knobs and like how repetitive stuff is, right? Like you do that, but this was literally just like pick from this list of stuff, and the computer is going to generate something that looks like a Salvador Dali painting.
It's for the kids, Chip.
My kids made them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See, I told you.
I think I got emailed the results.
Perfect. Yeah. New releases. Video games?
There are some.
Video games.
Love those video games.
There's that. Well, it's weird because I guess this is last week.
I don't know. I just fucking clicked on Tech-Gaming and new releases. Let me see if they updated it after I put it up. Nope, same one.
Okay.
Shout out to tech-gaming.com. Fucking been many, many years providing
or maybe this
list.
is a last week thing. That's why.
Maybe they went out of business last week.
No.
Rest in peace, Tech-Gaming.
That's rude. Don't say that.
No. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
23 hours ago.
Yeah, you have Sniper Elite on here. The new Sniper Elite is out. That's on Game Pass.
Have you not played that? That's your jam usually.
I know. I haven't gotten around to it. I thought about it. I did check out Eternal Strands, which is not on this. That came out last week.
That's not your jam.
That's on Game Pass. It's okay. That's okay. I actually really like the art style in that. I'm not very far along though. But
okay.
That has potential, but it hasn't hooked me. Yep. What are we looking at?
Oh.
I don't know. I've heard good things about Hello Kitty Island Adventure, actually.
Is that the same game that's on Apple Arcade Plus?
Maybe. I know I've played some of that, but I don't memorize
because
the
my
name
daughter loves that game. I feel like I think it's the same thing that you already have for free. I think. Don't quote me.
Don't quote him.
Let me see.
Don't quote me.
It could be.
It could be. I just
it was the Apple Arcade Game of the Year, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So that game is good then. If it's that game, that's a good game.
Yep, but if you already pay your whatever $5 a month or have it through a different service, you already are paying for this game. So don't buy it again for the Switch.
Got it.
Yeah.
What else we got on here? We have Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero. Is that Phantom Brave again? A new Phantom Brave
game that came out on the 31st. That's not on this list. Let me find it because it's got a weird name. Wait, it's called Monstroscopy on the Xbox. I was sent a code via our friends at the company that makes Monstroscopy, and it's a very small game. It's only like $14, and it's a fighting game where you play as either a luchador or some sort of like monster, like a classic monster, like Dracula versus a luchador.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
And the graphic style, it's like it has this sort of grainy film look to it. It's supposed to look like you're playing a movie, like a scene from a movie in the 1950s, I would say it kind of borders into the 60s a little bit. Sometimes it's in black and white, sometimes it's in color. The fighting is fairly simple. There's only 2 hit buttons, just X and Y to hit, and a block button.
This is a fighting game, like
it's a fighting game, like a Street Fighter. And yeah, to do special moves, you just hold the Y button down, and depending upon the position of the thumbstick, that's how you do these different special moves. It's not like turn in a circle, hit A, B, X, Y, none of that. It's actually pretty streamlined. So for someone like me, I kind of like it. Yeah, I mean, it's for a $14 fighting game. It's very unique. It's very interesting. I liked it more than I thought I would. I actually find myself going back and playing it more than I thought I would.
Cool.
For like a quick burst kind of game. I'm not playing it for hours at a time. But yeah, it's weird. I would say definitely watch the trailer to get a sense of the art style.
Yeah, I just did. It looks good.
Yeah.
What's the name of this game?
Monstroscopy. It's on the Wii playing part of our outline. Monstro.
It's like colonoscopy, but with monster.
Okay, yeah. I got it. I found it.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
It's very strange. It's strange, but I give it a recommend only because I know it's not expensive and it's a small indie game.
Especially if you're into 50s Mexican cinema.
Yeah, if you're into 50s Mexican cinema, then
you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, should we move on to Wombat's Fortnightly News?
Sure.
Is there no Fortnite news?
I mean, the new season of
that's a
Fortnite OG started, but that's about it. Yeah, no,
Perfect.
nothing spectacular.
Well, EA had some news. I guess they had their earnings call recently, so like a lot of news sort of spilled out from that. The first one that sort of got my attention was they talked about Apex Legends. The CEO mentioned they have tens of millions of regular players, which is not insignificant, of course, and that they expect this franchise to last for like a really long time, 10 to 30 years, like basically, and that they're going to be a big update after the new Battlefield comes out, which is like next year. So I don't even know what that means, like what a big update to that game would be, and I don't know. Anyway, so the point is that Apex Legends seems to be doing pretty well, and they're just going to be expanding upon it. That was the news I took away from that.
Yeah, they shouldn't make an Apex 2. They need to just improve.
Yeah. They're not going to, trust me, they're not going to do what fucking Overwatch did.
Overwatch, what a bad idea.
The other thing that came out of the EA call, which I saw got a lot of press, was they talked about Dragon Age, the new Dragon Age game being a commercial failure.
It wasn't that it was a commercial failure. It didn't meet sales expectations.
Okay.
There is a difference. Fair
enough.
Yeah.
I guess by their internal standards, it was maybe a failure. but maybe it didn't lose money.
Yeah. I think it sold like 1.5 million copies or something like that.
1.5 is not a lot. It has to be a lot more than that. Otherwise, they lost money. But they said that they basically blamed the lack of sales on it not being a live service game. And so that's getting people a little worried because the next Mass Effect game is what they're working on now. And does that mean that Mass Effect is going to be now a live service game instead of an epic single player adventure like it was previously? Do you think the right lesson to take away from Dragon Age's lackluster sales was that it was the lack of live service that did it in?
No, that is not the reason why that game had lack of sales. That game had lack of sales just because it came out kind of late. Like it came out in December.
I mean, the game is fine, but it's nothing really more than fine. It's like
I liked it a lot, but
you liked it a lot.
It's just the game. It doesn't do anything new. It's not going to set the world on fire.
The story is not like there's nothing about the game that was super interesting. Like the most interesting shit was like kind of manufactured by like people trying to get like outrage over the game. Like, oh, it's too gay or not gay enough or what. I didn't follow any of it, so I don't know what people were complaining. I knew they were complaining about some shit.
One of those.
It sold 1.5 million copies in the first quarter.
Okay.
The sales.
It's a Game Pass game, right?
No.
Oh. No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
And the sales goal was 3 million.
Okay,
copies.
so yeah, 1.5 million is that's a failure. That's a huge fucking.
I mean,
obviously, if they were looking for 3 and they got halfway, that's not good. So, but anyway, the point is, I think like the game itself was just fine, and I guess those sales expectations were probably like realistic if the game was a little better. Like if the story was maybe more like why did you pay any attention to the story or did you skip through the whole story? I don't even
think the problem isn't even so much the story as I think.
Answer the question first.
What?
Did you skip through the story? Did you skip through the whole story? I mean, I was skipping through the fucking story.
I skipped through every story, so I don't understand what your point is.
All right, well then
I'm like, I don't get where you're going with this. Did you do it to this game what I do to every game? Yes.
Well, but like Mass Effect, like to me seemed like all of them seemed like way more epic and
I would say
interesting.
the last Dragon Age game. What Dragon Age used to do very well was it had a more complex leveling and spell system. And the moves you would do and what you could do and what you could do with your teammates. And they kind of stripped that down. And I think that they may have stripped it down a little too much. I think there might be a mid-ground that might be better than, it didn't have to be as crazy.
Sounds like a great name for the next one.
Yeah.
Dragon Age, mid-ground.
Yeah.
Mid-ground, yeah.
I think there's going to be a next one.
So,
no. They fired everybody.
Yeah, they moved them.
They moved some of them out of employment.
Mm-hmm.
That's not funny, but they are working on the next Mass Effect game. But it's not looking good if you're looking. I feel like if you're expecting a single player game that's just like the other ones, but like amped up more because we're next gen everything now.
And clearly, that guy at EA that said it should be a live service game never played Anthem.
I feel like these guys.
I mean, to be fair, no
one did. I feel like
womp womp.
I feel like he didn't play any of these games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know anything about this guy.
I don't understand how would you even make that game? What does it mean? I mean,
how many copies did Elden Ring sell?
Like billion?
You should be able to sell that many, right?
Of
Dragon Age. If you're making a high quality fantasy action adventure game,
I mean, I think
you should be able to sell as much as any other single player game that's not of some IP that is just like, like a household name IP, like a Marvel or something. You're wrong.
If you're looking for sales like that, because what Elden Ring does well and better than pretty much, most games out there is it has a large and interesting map. It has many different types of enemies that require different challenges to defeat. Not even talking about the difficulty.
Mystery too. Like,
yes.
like actual adventure, like
a lot of
video game adventure.
Lots of character customization. lots of different weapon types, lots of cool, like, rare weapon items to find in the game, not to buy as a microtransaction, like the special sword of something something that you have to do some sort of like weird thing that, because what makes a game like Elden Ring special and why people go back to it or just keep playing it is that there's a lot of
there's a lot of adventure in the adventure game.
Yeah, there's
no
lot
adventure in Dragon Age, right?
This is very much a straight line.
Right.
This is very much a straight line. If it wasn't a straight line, it could have been better. I mean, you could say the same about Baldur's Gate 3, which I never got into because that game was just too many menus and things were a little too complicated for me.
But I haven't tried that.
I really wanted to love Baldur's Gate 3, and I know people that do, and I think it's great that it exists and it's there for those people. That's not for me. I need something that's like in the middle. But yeah, that has a little of everything. But I did play Elden Ring, and I played a lot of that, so whatever.
And they sold how many of those? Like
28.6 million.
I was going to say 20 million.
28.6 million.
So EA, like, setting their target for 3 million for Dragon Age, they knew that it wasn't that great, right? Because, like, EA obviously has a lot more resources to put behind any game in terms of marketing and production than the people working on Elden Ring. So they knew that, like, all right, we put out basically like a by the numbers fucking action RPG, and it's going to do a middling amount. Like 3 million is like not much to get excited about for a big game.
It'll sell 3 million.
Maybe it'll get there.
Just not in Q1. That was their plan in the first quarter of the game.
Yeah.
I think also releasing it in December, not in November, hurt.
I just think that any executive looking at that and saying, oh, it's because it wasn't a live service game is making a really big error in judgment there.
Well, yes, we know that, and we can talk about that with our the next topic, goes right into that. Because Multiverses is kaputs.
Multiverse, remind me, that's the Warner Brothers?
That's the Warner Brothers licensed Super Smash
game,
Brothers live service game.
They killed it again?
They're killing it again.
Why are they killing it again? How can this cost them money at this point?
They released the season 5, I think is what they are calling it. I guess it's the 5th season of the game. And that is going to be it. You can no longer spend money in the game, though. They already took that out.
Right.
And that's it. The game is done. There's no more multiverses after season 5 is the last content they're releasing. So if you bought that season pass, good for you. And then I think when the season ends, they're taking it offline.
Forever.
They're shutting down the servers. Yeah.
I heard they're burning the servers.
Yeah. You can still play, apparently, against AI or couch co-op, but that'll be it.
Oh, okay. So you can at least still play this game if you...
I think you have to have it installed and play it before they shut everything down in order to be able to do that. There's some weird caveat. But yeah, that's it. For all intents and purposes, this game is dead.
Great job, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty shitty, though. It was pretty budget, I felt like. They didn't really put their heart into it.
It feels like they probably could have just released it as a game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, again, like...
people would just have it.
Let people just have the game. And then, like, the people who want to play it could just play it.
Yeah.
And then...
yeah, it didn't have to be gone from existence.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then they wouldn't have, like, needed all these people to, like, continue to support it and put out new stuff. You could have
just took the $50 the first time and then sell people skins like you do in every other game.
Right.
That probably would have been all right.
Probably would have done just fine.
Would have had some more income. Anyway, so that game's dead.
Yep, that's the end of that. So shutting it down for a year did not help. It did not help.
Did they at least get a tax write-off of some sort?
I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to get a huge tax write-off. And now they're back.
I'm glad for Warner Brothers.
And now they're back doing stuff in Fortnite again. Because for those who don't know, they ended their contracts with Fortnite because they thought Multiverses was going to be their cash cow.
See, isn't that amazing?
And that they didn't need Fortnite
anymore. The hubris of that.
Like, Yeah,
and then in
our
December,
competitor Fortnite like felt their fucking hot breath on their back, like, oh man, they're right behind us. Oh no.
And then in December, all the DC stuff started coming back. So I'm like, oh yeah, that was sort of the writing on the wall. Like, oh, maybe they're going to try to just do both, or they know that this is where the money is.
Why wouldn't you at least like try to tie it into Fortnite or something? Like any of these things of like play like 15 rounds of multiverses and you get some backpack that you don't want to use.
You mean like Marvel Rivals did? They're no fools. They're like play 5 rounds of Marvel Rivals and get a free glider in Fortnite. And you know what? I did it because I'm an addict. So
I have a secret.
Oh, my lights just went on. Alexa, turn off all the lights.
I think a lot of these executives, they don't know what they're doing. They're just sort of like winging it.
Then how did they get those high-powered jobs, huh? Explain that.
Nepotism.
Yeah. It's probably DEI.
Right, exactly. Speaking of
these poor white men, they need these high-powered jobs.
Speaking of white men who, I don't know, whose game died, the Dr. Disrespect game is now dead. He got fired from the game, but now the game is dead also. The whole studio shut down. So unless, Ship, you want to bring back the Dr. Disrespect's game? You want to invest? Sell one of your PlayStation wagons.
Midnight Society.
No, you gonna pass on that?
I'm gonna pass on that one. Maybe the next time.
Crypto, it's got a nice crypto tie-in though.
Oh, that's a thing that was tried.
Yep. All right, what else we got here? What are we playing? Wombat mentioned Monstroscopy, which is a very hard game to say.
I know. You know what? The only reason why I know that I'm pronouncing it right is because when the game starts, it goes Monstroscopy.
So you're practiced.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I got to remember that for when I talk about it.
I was playing the game that you talked about last time, Lonely Mountain, the skiing game from the people who brought you the bicycle game from a few years ago. They did a really good job, like representing snow and so good, right? Just like the way that it should feel. I mean, I'm not a big skier, but like the way it feels when you turn on snow and the way that the snow would look.
There's something very zen about it, isn't there?
It's the snow. It's just like you can feel the fluffiness of the snow.
The snow on your it's part of you. Just kind of like
that's something that the bicycle game does not have. Like it just does not have that added aesthetic, which is pretty big for a game like that, which is mostly like kind of like a zen chill type game. It's hard though. Oh, here comes the sexy shirt. Sexy shirt.
Here.
Sexy shirt. I'm a little disappointed. Not that sexy.
Hold on, pretty low cut. Pretty low cut.
He's putting his headphones back on.
Uh-huh.
Have you tried that game, Chip? Because it's hard. You probably like it.
I have not tried that. My kids are interested in trying that. I've been playing a lot of Action Inc. or that game.
No, what is that?
No.
We played it at E3 a long time ago.
What?
Yeah, I think it's Xbox 360.
Okay.
Xbox Live Arcade game.
Uh-huh.
Where you play as an overweight action figure, like he's past his prime, and you're running and sliding on your butt to the right, sometimes to the left.
Okay.
So it was on sale for like less than $2, I believe.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I liked this at E3.
A billion years ago.
Yeah, a billion years ago. What
did you get this on? What console?
Xbox.
Oh, it was an Xbox. Okay.
Yeah. It was. It was on a sale. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and it was super cheap. And I'm like, oh, I liked that game.
Probably the only person to buy that game that whole entire month.
Maybe, but
I'm sure they appreciate it.
I'm sure they did. I like that game. All right.
Nice. All right. Should we do some CAG bag?
Sure.
Got a lot of CAG bag to get through here. Clicksby writes in and asks if anyone is playing VR anymore.
No.
No VR action.
No. It's not that I don't want to or that I hate it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I don't hate it.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you would be doing it.
It's like a pain in the ass to set it up.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You could hurt yourself. Yeah. The potential for hurting yourself is always there. Unless you have like a really big open space. And you know the fortitude to not lean on something that's not there. yeah, you might have a problem. But this one of the guys in my Parkinson's group who for the ping pong group bought the MetaQuest 3, and he's been really enjoying it. He's been asking me what games to get. So I told him Super Hot was pretty much like the number one.
Pistol Whip.
Told him that one too. That one might be too intense.
I think Pistol Whip. I like Pistol Whip a little more than Super Hot on VR.
I finished Super Hot VR. It was so good.
Just saying, you're asking my opinion. I'm giving it to you.
I don't think I asked your opinion actually.
I think you did.
Oh, I did. Maybe.
I'm sure you did.
So that's exciting. No, we don't play that. I don't know where it is. What else we got? We have a bunch of questions related to politics that came in like a big wave. I'll just read through them quickly, and then you can address them if you like. J. Brad writes in and says, are you guys doing anything to prepare for the fallout of dumpster fire that is our government at the moment? Tin Hoy writes in and says, in these trying times, would you kindly please get just a bit political and mention the government system's takeover by unelected oligarchs? Your audience is varied, so hopefully, how do you know about our audience? So hopefully you can reach at least one person. We do have at least one person. And inject a whisper of sanity into their information bubble. And Conde Clone writes in and says, Wombat, seriously, why haven't you run for congressman? Wombat, address any or all of those comments.
Running for Congress is expensive. They gerrymandered my district again, so I would probably lose. And I've been doing this show too long where there are too many clips that would get me canceled.
Oh, right. That's true.
So those are all the reasons why I trust.
Can you get canceled anymore? I feel like people may like that now.
I would love to run for Congress. I think I would be good at it.
Okay.
And who knows, would I make a difference? I don't know, but I think I'd be good at it. And yeah.
Time to put out the probe. What do you call that? The exploratory probe.
Yes, I have to do an exploratory session. I think it's yeah. Anyway, yes, it's very scary. It's all very scary. Everything I read is very scary. I hate everything. I hate every day that I put on the news. Don't
put on the news and don't read anything. That's what I've been doing.
It's insane. It's so mind-boggling, the things that are going on, the department of whatever, the Doge thing, going into records, the FAA changes, the threats of tariffs, the dismantling of the Department of Education. Like every day it's like, well, what? It's not like you can't do something crazy every day and then it's something different every day.
He's like, just watch.
Yeah. And I don't know, and I don't understand why. Part of it is I just don't. I mean, I guess there's greed. I guess but a lot of
people's daddies didn't love them enough when they were young.
Because it doesn't help anyone. But there are other ways to put simply. It's really easy to fleece the public from a political position without also hurting the public with your political position. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like you can do both. And I think that's what most politicians in this country really have done for the last 200 years. It's like, how do I get as much as I can get, but also at the same time, not really hurt the country?
Right. I think we're just in full on fuck it mode.
Yeah. And that sort of went away where now it's, I want to make sure that I get as much as I can, and I want to make sure I burn it all to the ground at the same time.
The most amazing thing is the Elon Path of Exile story. You know that?
Oh, that's the most amazing thing?
I mean,
that he cheated at a video game?
That
not that he stole the information of every American and is trying to fire people?
It's amazing that a 50-something-year-old billionaire thinks that he has to impress video game nerds by being good at a game or having a good character in a game to the point where he's going to hire somebody to get a good character and then lie about it and then play as if like it was himself and try to pass it off as himself. That just shows like there's a clip. Who's the comedian? What's his fucking name? Not Seth. Fucking Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis has a clip of him talking about Elon's Path of Exile thing and video game cheating as an adult and how it's like the saddest fucking thing ever, and it's pretty funny. You should see that
was all he did in the
Of course. But the point is that somebody who's going to cheat something that doesn't matter like that is willing to do anything basically.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't know like what we're supposed to do.
I don't know.
In terms of answering these guys' call for action.
I honestly don't know what to do. Like
I'd say stop reading things and try to make some money or make yourself happy. If you're not making yourself money or making yourself happy, then you're fucking up.
I'm trying to do all those things, but I also need to know what's going on in the world.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You don't. You're not a congressman, so you don't.
I should be.
Then you would have a reason to read all the newspapers. But since you're not in news or have anything,
I didn't even get to vote for my current congressman.
I feel like you need an outlet. Wombat, if you're going to read all that news, you need an outlet that makes you feel like you're doing something.
Right.
I play Fortnite and Marvel Snap.
Right.
Get my mind off it. Marvel Snap is like
no, but that's getting your mind off of it.
Right.
Like if you're really that like wrapped up in all of it and reading all of it. Right. I feel like you need something that makes you feel like you're making a difference, not just consuming that and then going like to go play.
And then going, Fortnite. This sucks. This is making me feel bad. Because I was reading all the shit too previously. And then I'm like, well, I'm not going to do this anymore because it's just going to make me feel bad. And it's not like I host a show on politics or I write a newsletter on, whatever. Tariffs.
I'm definitely not writing a newsletter.
So it's like, why am I educating myself on this stuff just to make myself feel bad?
Right, like on a daily basis.
Yeah, all the time. Like just like you spend several hours reading a newspaper a day. Like
because there are people that do that. Like what's his name? Aaron Parnas, right? That's his name. He does a really good job at digesting the news every day in a way that like help make sense.
But I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't do that, so I don't have to read the news.
Yeah.
And if I don't need to know the news unless it like pertains to like my business or things that I'm interested in or like.
But all of these things will impact you, especially next year when you have a child in college.
I heard we're getting tax breaks in New York State for kids in college.
Yeah. New York State, one of the graces we have might be living in New York State, and hopefully that the governor can do everything she says she's going to do. Because, I mean, we're lucky. I mean, you don't have kids in public school anymore, but, only 8% of federal funding goes to, our kids' federal funding is only 8% for public schools, which is a good amount, but it's not, they're still 92%. As opposed to
the funding is working.
Yeah. As opposed to other places where federal funding makes up, 30%.
Sure.
And
you're going to have to cancel math at those schools.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're going to just
look, we can't all carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. For some of us, for some people, it's their job. And for some of us, like we talk about video games and movies and, or we sell ads on gay websites and things of that nature and tell people about video game deals. So I like to not feel bad all the time.
Yeah, I'm trying my best. I mean,
I'm trying to stay off the social media parts that are focusing on that and watching people with Tourette's.
I deleted X from my phone.
There you go.
There. That's gone. That's completely
X is
gone.
out.
I checked. I was very curious. I haven't tweeted like an actual like typed out tweet. Every now and again, there's a thing you push it out to like your Snap stats for the season and just hit the button and I get 100 credits in the game.
Gotta do that. Now it's gone.
That doesn't count as a tweet. But like an actual like a typed tweet. I haven't like gone to Twitter and tweeted anything since November.
Right. Here's what I think. Here's what I wonder. There's a lot of people. I don't know about in your area, Wombat or Shipwreck, but in my area, there are a lot of people who are driving Teslas. And I know that my area is also very blue. So I feel like there's a lot of people now driving these cars that they don't feel great about getting into every morning. I don't know. I mean, that would be me. Like, I know that I couldn't.
Tesla sales dropped like 50% in parts of Europe, like France and Germany. They're
right. But I wonder, like, are people going to like actively try to blue people actively unload their Teslas? Like my neighbor, I gotta talk to my neighbor. All I want to say is that I canceled my Model 3 pre-order in like 2018 because I could tell that he was a fucking asshole. I could tell he was already being really jerky and an asshole. And that was back in 2018. So I don't want to say that I'm a good judge of character, but I judge that character pretty well. Anyway, what else? Any other questions we need to answer? That's enough. That's a lot of show.
Yeah.
But hang in there, everybody. That's the point. Try not to look. Don't if you realize that you're reading news and it's making you feel bad, like you don't need to do that to yourself. I'm not talking to you, Wombat. I'm not talking to you.
I'm hard disagreeing with you on this. You need to stay informed. It's very important in these times that you are aware of what is going on, especially in this country. And
what am I going to do about it?
It's not a question of what you're going to do about it. It's just knowing that something could be done to you.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'll find out about that. Someone will let me know when they're coming for the tall bald Jews.
They are.
They're coming for the tall bald Jews?
They are.
Fuck.
So, stay informed. Stay ahead of the game.
I can't even read
You're not
the
ahead of the game
news.
though. You're just reading the daily, like, here's the problems for today.
Right. Right.
Like I see them. It's not like I'm completely ignoring them, but like I see the headlines and I'm like, okay, well that's today's crap.
Right. I'm not clicking on that. I'm not going to click on that.
Right.
It's the knowing that nothing's going to happen is what's so frustrating. Like, oh, this is all illegal. Too bad nothing's going to happen to these people.
That's why I don't. That's why I'm not reading. Like New York Times raised their rates like right after the election. I was like, this is not good timing. Like I'm already looking to cut down on reading this shit. Like you're not giving me a reason to cancel. It's like I don't know. A lot of people are not getting it.
But on the other hand, you're supposed to compliment me on how good my shoulders look in this T-shirt.
Your shoulders? What do you mean? How good do they look?
They look good, right?
I mean, they look
They're my
feminine.
Orange Theory shoulders.
They look very feminine. How about these shoulders? Look at these shoulders. What about that? Look.
Perfect.
I got incredible.
We all have shoulders.
I have incredible carpal tunnel and tennis elbow right now. I can't even like do anything. I need to go to a doctor. Actually, not funny.
All right.
Send me your home remedies so I don't have to go to the doctor, please. Thank you. All right. I think that's it. I think we solved all the nation's problems. Mm-hmm. Just look away. Look away, young man. All right. That's it. We got nothing for you.